This is chapter 159, titled Within His Arms. We got Gwen on the cover here. Trying to slap as best as I can without it messing up. But we got Gwen on the cover here. You know where the last chapter left off. Percival and his platoon had just got to Camelot. The first place they ended up arriving was where Gwen was, which was at her I think it's her father's. Yeah, I think it's her father or uncle or whatever. But it's their that's where she is right now. And she just met Percival in the last chapter. That was the chapter before Nakaba went on, his break. It ended up being a short break actually because again the chapter's here and it seems like Nakaba's healthy, and I really do hope that the author is healthy first and foremost, because if not, then that's not good for not only his health but for the story as well. We've seen authors who have, come back even though they shouldn't and keep writing, and in turn that not only affects them but it affects the story and affects how they feel about it. It affects how they feel in general. Authors like Horikoshi, authors like Togashi, you know what I'm saying? If we could just learn from their mistakes and, take the breaks that you need and come back when you're fully ready, that would be better. So I'm really, really hoping that Nakaba feels that he's ready. I really hope that not just that he feels he's ready, but that he's actually ready to continue writing the story and that he's not just coming back, just to, come back. So, yeah, don't want to waste any more time. Let's get into this. So, start the chapter off right here. It says the Anwifin, or however you say it. I still can't pronounce that. The Anwifin, or however you, Gladiator Festival. Yes, an event where those who want to escape prison wager their freedom and fight each other. So it seems like Gwen's explaining to them about the festival that they're going to have to enter to save Tristan and his platoon. The festival winner is granted both their freedom and a single wish from Belly Treep himself. Just the two of them before a huge crowd of onlookers. Wow, isn't that a good chance to strike Belly Treep then? Nah, man, that's when he'd be most on his guard. No, he wouldn't. You don't get it. He's a supremely arrogant man. So, it seems like Percival thinks that would be a good time to attack Belly Treep. And right here we got Donnie saying that he doesn't think so because, he would, be on his guard. He would be on the lookout. He would be, keeping eyes behind him and stuff like that. And then we got, obviously, Gwen here who knows about Billy Treep or knows some things about him, saying that wouldn't happen because he's arrogant. So, he believes in his power. So she strikes Donnie on the head. Wow, just like you, huh? So is there a way to reach Anwifin? Ish, you doubt me too, and why he take this boat? There, of course. But why don't we fortify ourselves with a good meal first? You can't have fun in a fight on an empty stomach. Yo, Grandpa Gramps, at long last some real food. I want my friends here to be fed to their heart's content. Oh, no, she said, yo, Grandma Gramps. I ended up saying Grandpa. But it says Grandma. So a little mess up right there for me. But it says Grandma. Okay, continue on. Your father's not joining us. We all eat when we want to. That's the custom. Not that I know why, but it's always been a tad awkward when father and I are alone. So again, this is her father place that they are at. But let's talk about you, shall we? How are you gonna join a gladiator festival when you're all but weaponless, huh? So they're all staring at Percival. Honestly, when I saw this panel during leaks, I thought it was something else. But to see this about, not having a weapon or whatever, like, I guess that's kind of shocking for me. So he says, yeah, I popped out at the spur of the moment. Guess I didn't think much at all. Well, I see no major issue. Don't spoil them. You were pretty lucky that you came to me first, though. So yeah, I'll hook you up. So we see knocking on the door. Grandma, boy, I'm starving. So she calls this her grandma. Wow. Little jump scare. But she calls this her grandma. You see Percy and them get scared. She says, whoa, quit with all the noise. Look at Donnie. His eyes coming out. What is that? Is it a golem maybe? And obviously, they're clinging to Percyville. Everyone except Donnie, at least. So we see another angle of everything. So she puts the food on the table. Ew, what the fuck is that inside that soup? That shit like nasty. Fucking I don't know what that is, bruh. Got hella big spots on it. Be some weird stuff in Camelot. So she says your menu for today is flying stingray and cream sauce, kraken salad, dusk bison steak, chicken matango pie, and boarberry cream pudding. Thanks, Grandma. What, her? We'll take some post-meal tea too. Ho ho. Oh, hi, Gramps. You forgot the cutlery. Here are some condiments too, if you like. So another one of these things, serving them meals and condiments, and this one she calls her grandpa. But hello to you, my guest. I serve the lady of the house, as you see. That Bonnie, guy's a golem too. Thank you for being so kind to the cutest young lady in the world. I do hope you will continue to be good friends to Lady Gwen. Well, get out of here. You are embarrassing me. Yes, please enjoy yourselves then. So, I'm not sure if Gwen made these two or not, but the fact that they can have these type of interactions and they can think like normal people, and you got, dialogue here like them calling her cute in front of, her friends and Gwen getting embarrassed, that's pretty, neat. But it also means Gwen must have been like really lonely. So it says, come on guys, on the double. Okay, eat up. Doesn't it all look lovely? What a curious set of grandparents. Curious, dude, they were freaking terrifying. So I can't. Donnie, not holding his tongue. But this is excellent. I hope so. It's the ultimate and gourmet cuisine from our in-house chef. Okay, so those are the chefs. You have a chef as well. Yeah, Grandma's old friend. I'll introduce you all later. This is so damn good. Whoa, Donnie, leave some of that for me. So it seems like based off that dialogue, it's more of those type of things right there that she calls Grandma and Grandpa. Again, I'm not sure if she made them or if they just exist. Oh man, that was like something out of a dream. Percival wasn't too bad a cook either, remember? Actually, where did Percival run off to? He said he was hitting the John. Did he get lost? Oh well, I'll go look for him. So she says, how lost could you even get in here? So seems like Gwen is going to look for Percyville. Okay, so we see a top joint right here. So we see her father, actually, and of course there's Percyville. So he says, oh, you again. Did you come to stop me from reporting you to the authorities? No, I'm not worried about that. Then what brings you here? You are King Arthur's brother, right, sir? Not by blood. I was hoping you could tell me what Arthur is like as a person. We just know far too little about him, so I'm afraid I never had much love for him. Okay. So instantly he's saying he never had love for his brother, but we all know that's probably not true. So he says, when I was young, my father brought him in as a child. Your brother from now on, he said. That was how I met Arthur. So Arthur is his adopted brother. He quickly got used to court life, winning not only my father's love, but the trust and respect of all the nobles and servants. All the things I did not have, all the things I did not have, you see. One day an oracle arrived in Camelot with a sword embedded in a stone. It was the holy sword Excalibur. They said, and anyone who pulled it out would succeed my father as king. So he said an oracle appeared and said that. Famed knights, strong men, and power-hungry fiends all tried their luck with it. I did too, of course, but no one was successful, however, just when we had all given up on it. So we see a hand on it. That mere boy of 14 pulled that blade out with barely an effort. Nobody could ever understand the unease and despair I felt that moment. At this rate, not only would everything I knew be taken from me, I'd be forced to wait upon Arthur hand and foot my entire life. So, you see, he's angry about that. So I tricked him. I snatched the sword away from him and claimed to my father that it was I who pulled it out. The lie didn't last for long. No, I shamed myself in front of him. And then I was thrown in the dungeon. When Arthur came to visit my cell, I ranted and raved at him. You are a pox upon this land. You should never have been born. So he's saying some pretty horrible things, as you can see. But it was actually a sorcerer that saw Arthur draw the blade who exposed my lie. No, he neither told my father nor anyone else about my folly. In fact, he begged my father to release me from imprisonment. He said I wasn't at fault, and when my father stopped feeding me as punishment, Arthur ferried his dinner over to me untouched. Okay, so this is the Arthur, this is the Arthur that, from the OG series, before everything with chaos, that, as the audience at least, want him to be more like, but obviously he's the villain in this story, so. That is the kind of person Arthur is. So why then? Why aren't you going to report us to him? Because what you see now isn't at all the Arthur I know. Also, I missed some dialogue here. It says, there's never been a king so kind and so noble. Okay. So he says, I will make any effort possible to get my old brother back, even if it means lending a hand to those hostile to him. Percival, please take Gwen with you. I'm a small, servile, clumsy parent. I'm not sure I can say I gave her enough of my love, but still, I am sure she can be of some use to you. Well, maybe it looked ugly, but that apple you grew sure tasted good. So we see Gwen, she was listening right then. Of course, again, right here we see her listening, and Gwen's an incredibly reliable person. I can trust her all the way. You truly are a strange young man. You said it. So that's like the father's approval. You know what I'm saying? I said it in the last chapter or whatever, but you never know what Nakaba could be doing, bro. Say whatever you want, but this story could take any turn at any moment. And as far as we know, you know what I'm saying? Who does Gwen have in that story that she likes? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Just hear me out, bro. Like, anything can happen, bro. Anything can happen, bro. Obviously, at the end of the day, we know the route the story is gonna go in terms of that stuff, but I wouldn't mind Gwen in a Percy in the Percyville, in the Percyville love circle or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The Percyville harem or whatever. Because at the end of the day, again, who does she have? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess Donnie. I guess you would say Donnie, but give everything to my boy Percy. It's how I think, bro. But anyways, I think that's the end of the chapter. I don't have much thoughts, to be honest with you, for a chapter where obviously Nakaba returned from being sick. That alone, like, it was a really good, it was a really good, interesting chapter. We learned about Arthur when he was young. We learned more about Arthur when he was young. We learned about her father when he was young. We learned how him and Arthur met. Obviously, we learned about more about Bellatrix and how he's arrogant. Obviously, again, so far I think so far since we came back to Gwen that listen, man, I'm just gonna say it, bro. She got a little thing about Perci's real. I can feel it, bro. I can see it. But all jokes aside, this was a good chapter. It advanced the story. You know what I'm saying? It advanced the plot. It's kind of like build up for when they finally leave. One thing I do gotta say is he says he's not gonna turn Percival in, but even even Pellegard tried to hide Percy's group, you know, a while back before Percy woke up, and Arthur already said he knew. Like Arthur sees and knows everything that happens in Camelot. So unless his brother is in a part of Camelot that he can't see or know anything about it, which I doubt, but could be a possibility, I'm gonna assume that he already knows that Percival and them is there within Camelot, and I'm gonna already assume that he's probably alerted Bellatrix that they're gonna come his way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to the next chapter. Again, I hope Nakaba's healthy. I hope he's gotten all his rest because man, his sickness was looking real bad. When he went on his break, but he's already back this fast, and there's no telling, man. So I just hope that he's all right first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Put the author's health first. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I get a chapter at 8 out of 10. Tell me what you thought of the chapter. Also, I want to say we finally hit 100 subs, bro. I'm so damn happy about that. But again, keep subscribing because obviously I want my channel to grow. I want my channel to get bigger. So keep subscribing. The grind doesn't stop. You know what I'm saying? Next stop, 200 subs. And tell me what you thought of the chapter. Like, comment, subscribe. This has been Thomas Ant, and I will see you in the next one.